My name is TheAdipose and this is Doctor Who Legacy. In this video I'm going to be reviewing the new blue-black starter pack which has appeared in the store. We're going to be taking a look at each character, checking out their abilities and their stats, and then looking at some advanced level strategies to help you improve your play using them. So here we are in the Doctor Who Legacy store with the blue-black starter pack. Now this is a very different pack to the Woman of Doctor Who pack. That pack was all about kind of giving you some kind of well-known characters and some kind of famous females, whereas this one is not about the characters so much as the strategy. So therefore what we're going to be doing in this video is talking you through in the first half just what each character is and what they do, and then in the second half we'll be looking at some ways you can use strategies by using these characters together. Now the pack will cost you 20 time crystals, which is of course the premium currency in Doctor Who Legacy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to spend real life money on this particular pack. You can just play through the game normally, unlocking time crystal after time crystal after time crystal, and slowly get it that way, and there are some bonus time crystals available through other methods. See my other video about that. Or in fact all four of these characters are actually available by unlocking them by playing certain levels over and over and over again, but it will be a long process, so think of this as a shortcut pack rather than like a pay-to-win pack. You can get it if you want to speed up your time, but you can get these through other methods. But let's take a look at the contents of the box. So of course you need to go to the store page, you need to click across from the characters page to the specials page, which is where you'll find the pack I'm talking about. Click on them, it'll ask you to confirm that you have the right number of time crystals and that you really want to do it, and then the characters come along. Sam Garner, the private detective from Angels Take Manhattan, the guy that gets sent back in time and meets himself. A unit commander, kind of a generic military commander from the Earth Military Organization unit. Angie, who is perhaps the most annoying teenager on the planet from Nightmare in Silver. And lastly, John Riddle, who is like the big game hunter from Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, the one that kind of flirts and fails with the Egyptian queen. Once you've bought the pack, you then just head back into your normal TARDIS, and you will see that these characters have appeared in the companion sections down at the bottom. Okay, I hear you saying, you've told me who these guys are, you've told me which show they come from, but what do they actually do? Why have Tiny Rebel Games put this together as a strategy pack rather than a more well-known companions? Well, let's go and have a look. We can double click on each one to go and find out about them. Sam Garner, our very unlucky detective from the Angels Take Manhattan. HP 78, attack 41, heal 18. Now for me, he's kind of feeling like an all-rounder. There's no particular massive strength there. You can see that the HP is higher, so we could push him up as a blue tank, but I'll show you some other tank characters in a minute, and he isn't as high as them. Therefore, I think if we're going to be looking stats wise, probably a little bit of everything will suit him fairly well. Lovely costume, has to be said, this kind of like 1930s style noir detective, but look at that ability, that is awesome. Convert green gems to blue, turns 5. That means every 5 turns you can take off all of the green gems on your board and turn them all to blue. So here's the strategy. If you have more than one blue character on your team, that means when you turn all those blue gems, when you connect all those blue gems, you're going to get double attack, triple attack, maybe even quadruple attack, and it means you don't actually have to bring a green character with you. What Sam does, where the power of Sam's ability is, you don't have to bring Rory, you don't have to bring Churchill, you don't have to bring Punishment Medic, you don't bring a green character, which frees you up to bring another blue or another black or something that's going to be particularly useful for your particular combo or your particular strategy. And the turn limit of 5 is absolutely fantastic, and as you level him up, that's going to go from 5 to 4 to 3, and it's going to come down and down, which means basically anytime a green gem appears, it no longer is a green gem, it's just another potential blue gem whenever this ability unlocks. Great character. Okay, let's have a look at our second one. This is our unit commander, looking very, very macho. Of course, unit is the Earth-based organisation that the Doctor has kind of seen loads and loads and loads. The third Doctor in particular was very highly involved with unit. He was even their scientific advisor and Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart and all that kind of stuff. But here we go. We've got our soldier figure. Now, To me, he feels more like he's going to be a tank type character. Let's have a look. HP 95, attack 38, heal 15. The HP now is significantly higher than the attack and the heal, but he does have a heal and he does have an attack. You know, this isn't a weak character, but that HP is higher, so I will probably push all of my upgrade points into his HP to build him up as a guy that can really take a pounding. Quite similar to Porridge in that respect. Porridge, again, I would put all the points into HP, and of course if you put both of them on the same team, you might kind of think, well, hang on a minute, am I doubling up abilities? Yes, you are, and that is a good thing, because it actually means what you've got is a team with incredibly high health that bad guys are going to find incredibly hard to take down. So you're basically doubling the power of that ability, and then of course your attack and your heal can come from other characters. But again, note he has got some attack, he has got some heal. He's not one of those characters that's down on say 5 or 6 for heal. He's got some, so you could consider going the all-rounder route with him as well. Now let's have a look at the ability. Increased damage from black gems. Yummy. Remember, we're talking strategy in this video as well. If we have more than one black character on your team and you activate his ability, that means all of a sudden, not only are you, when you connect black gems, are you going to be attacking more than once because you've got more than one black character, it also means that when you're attacking more than once, you're going to be getting even more damage from those black gems. And if you're able to add on a combo or something as well, you're going to do one of those lovely turns which happens every so often where you literally just wipe out the whole of the enemies in one shot. That's where this guy's real power is, and all of these guys, as you're going to be seeing as I go through these, are all team players. This is a character that's just crying out to be paired with another black character. So maybe if Unit Commander is going to be providing the health, perhaps let's bring him with K9 to provide the attack or something like that. You know, pair them up with other dangerous characters. Now, and again here, it's turns 10 for the increased damage. As you level them up, the turns 10 will go turns 9, turns 8, etc., etc. But obviously, we're going to be well into the next seasons for that. Character number 3. Oh my god, why her? She's the most annoying character possibly I've ever seen in Doctor Who ever. She was the teenager that went on the moon with the Doctor, met aliens for the first time, and all she could do was march around going, I'm bored, I don't like it, no, no, no. Never before has a character deserved to be punched in the face quite as much, or maybe to appear as an enemy to be just generally wiped out or erased from existence. But here she is. And it has to be said, she's rather good. Now let's look at the stats. 75, 37, 18. Now let's just compare that to Sam. 78, 41, 18. 75, 37, 18. So at first glance, Sam's just a better character. HP slightly higher, and attack slightly higher, health is the same. So if we're just doing a balanced team, if my goal was purely to just kind of take one of each character, I'd probably take Sam. But let's go and have a look at the abilities, because Angie's going to be an all-rounder again. I'd probably put a few points into everything and just kind of have her as a kind of support character for others. But look at this. Again, let's go check out that ability. Convert yellow gems to pink. Convert yellow gems to pink. Turns 5. That means every 5 turns, we can turn some yellow gems into health. Now, what that means in the grand scheme of things, if we took Sam and we took Angie on our team, we don't need a green character, and now we don't need a yellow character either. Again, we can carry more blue characters to do more damage every time we combo those blues, and now we can turn those other gems which might have been useless again into something that is really, really useful to us, and kind of start to set up a real chain of heal and then attack, and then heal and then attack, and then heal and then attack, and getting loads of healing every time we heal, and loads of attack every time we attack. And of course, actually, because of the way the game works, you can actually kind of do both in the same turn. You know, it doesn't have to be kind of exclusive. But again, she's an all-rounder. She's a support character, and she's going to enable you to leave out the yellows. Turns 5, and again, the upgrade will then go turns 5, turns 4, turns 3, and so on as you unlock the gems. A very nice character for additional strategy. And lastly, but not leastly, of course, John Riddle, our big game hunter from Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Now, I was talking earlier about I'll show you some high health. Check that one out. HP 151. Now, I said that the other guy was high. The punishment unit commander HP 95, and we've got John Riddle with almost another third again, 151. It's just a tank. You know, there's no other way of looking at this one. He is a tank. Put your points into HP and just soak up the damage that comes from the enemies. His healing ability is practically non-existent. It's only 5. The attack, actually, again, not bad, but I would probably let that level up just kind of naturally. Put your points into HP and just laugh as the Cybermen shoot you, and it doesn't really bother you. Really, really, really strong tank character. And again, you can combine it with Porridge, you can combine it with K9, and just have characters, just have a team that is very, very hard to take down. And his ability is, of course, the same as K9's. Stun target enemy for 2 turns, and you get that ability every 10 turns, and of course the upgrades go in the turns here, so it'll be turns 9, turns 8, turn 7 as you rank this guy up. And remember, your first thought might be, well, doesn't K9 already do that? But let's think better than that. Let's think, yes, K9 does already do that. So if I put both of these guys on the same team, I can stun more enemies. I can stop myself getting attacked. I really, really can survive those turns when I don't have the right gem. So say, for example, you might be kind of thinking, you might be worried about not taking a yellow character, or not taking a green character, or not taking a red character. But think about this. If you end up in a situation where there's kind of not very many blues and blacks on the board, let's use the stuns. Let's stun the enemies so they can't attack me this turn. And while they're stunned, let's get rid of some of those. Let's combo them out. Let's just get rid of those yellows, get rid of those greens, or maybe you use some of the other characters, convert them into health or convert them into blacks or so on. But you can use these lovely stun abilities to survive those turns where the resources you want are scarce. And once you've got the resources you do want, bang, 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 we're going to be hitting together with a lovely big black combo or a lovely big blue combo. And this is where the blue and black attack is really going to come from, by combining lots of blue and black characters with different abilities and getting a wonderful damage output from it. So here we are on one of the dinosaurs on a spaceship levels, and as you can see, I've picked an entirely blue and black team. All of these characters are level 5, so I shouldn't be able to do this level yet. I'm punching above my weight, but what the power of these kind of color combinations is, it allows you to do things that you kind of shouldn't be able to do. So when you're kind of stuck on those really, really hard levels, maybe stop thinking about going for a balanced team and start specializing. Let me show you. Let's start, this is the first turn of the game, so we're going to go for a blue combo, as most of our characters are in fact blue. None of these guys are particularly attack orientated. You know, we've got things like healing and tank and a few all-rounders here, but let's see what we can do by just kind of putting together a simple blue combo. How cool was that? We took the bad guy down in 1 turn. Now, I'm sure you've noticed by now that when you click on some of these enemies, you'll see that they often are vulnerable to a certain color type, and then you often get that enemy again and again throughout the level. So, for example, this dinosaur here is vulnerable to blue, and loads of these dinosaurs are vulnerable to blue, and they're going to come up again and again in this level. And then, so by putting a team together that actually has mainly blue characters in it, when they combo up, you're not just going to get the bonus from having so many blue characters, you're going to get the additional bonus by having more of the character that the enemy is vulnerable to. And by a bit of experimentation, you can then put together teams that are customized for that particular level. If you can't beat that particular level with your red, green, yellow, blue, black, all that kind of stuff, drop the ones that are weak, put more in that they are vulnerable to. Now, of course, I've got 2 black characters here as well, and the reason why, of course, I brought the blacks in is because these dinosaurs are not invulnerable to black, if that makes sense. Like, you know, they're still going to get hurt by them. The blacks aren't going to do nearly as much damage, but that's okay. Our blues are our heavy hitters, and the blacks are here for support and their extra abilities such as the stun and things like that. And additionally, by putting together a black combo there, and we did a yellow combo at the same time, we cleared the board. By clearing the board, we've now got more blues, which means we're now ready to attack again. When you've got loads of them, line them up in such a way they all go off at the same time, and again we get another huge combo. Nearly wipe them out again in 1 turn. But of course, the disadvantage of a blue-black combo is, what do you do when you get a board like this where there actually aren't as many of the colours that you want? Well, that's of course where the special abilities come in. After a few turns, you're going to start unlocking the ones that lets you switch the gems around. It was after 5 turns we get Sam's and Angie's, and we can change those green gems, those in quotes useless green gems, to blues. We can change those yellows, those in quotes useless yellows, to pinks, and all of a sudden the board will transform into something that is far more useful for either healing yourself up or changing more or doing more damage. Look, guys, there's loads more that I could talk to you about in terms of strategies on the blue and black, but I don't want to make the video too long. Hopefully I have kind of whet your appetite for seeing the potential of not just going 5 different colours or 4 different colours, but really starting to reduce it down to maybe 2 colours or maybe even 1 colour. Yes, that is possible, but you'll need a lot of characters with quite specific abilities. But over the next few weeks, you're going to see tutorials coming out from me, that will give you lots of tips and strategies. But this is a pack that really gives you options in Doctor Who Legacy. This isn't just a pack with characters with like extra health or just like an extra bit of damage here and there. This allows you to develop whole new strategies when you're playing, and that really does become so much more rewarding when you play. When you actually kind of plan it out, you develop a strategy, and it works, and you take down those big enemies not because of luck and not because you just kind of went for the old here's one of every character, but you thought I'm going to try something different, and actually you don't just win by a little bit, you win by a lot. I hope you have found this video useful. Of course, the other advantage of working on these high levels is just that we're going to get far more kind of leveling up points for doing so. If you have found this useful, then please do give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tutorials and guides in the future. But my recommendation is, if you can afford it, you do have the funds, or indeed you've got the time crystals, then this is a good pack to get, because it will take you to the next level of strategy in Doctor Who Legacy. And instead of just kind of providing always a completely balanced team, one of each colour, you're going to be able to try something new, something different, go for something a bit more creative, and hopefully go for something a little bit more powerful as well. Take care, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.